Now I'm not real religious, but 666 means devil, and I've just learned that 777 means God. You stick the word turbo in front of it, and you end up with Turbo God. So we're here at Turbo-777 to talk to our mate Daniel to teach you a little bit more about how a turbo works and how to upgrade your car. So come on inside and meet the Turbo God Daniel. How you going, brother?
G'day mate, how you doing?
Very cool.
I've got an Evo 3 Mitsubishi Turbo.
Right.
Customer wants a little bit more horsepower, so on a budget, what we're doing is we're going to do a stage 1 upgrade. This is the exhaust well. As you can see, it's flat on the top. The tips are quite close together.
Right.
Here's one that's had a previous back cut. As you can see, we've got an angle going on this way and that way. What that's going to do is it will open up this distance between the blades.
What does that do?
What that does is it releases all your back pressure, so that the gases will escape faster, and in doing that, it won't slow the turbine down. The only problem with it is on spool up, it's a little bit longer to spool up.
I guess so.
At the top end, you want to get that power. So what we're going to do is clean up the burrs, right file, and then we're away.
What's the biggest turbo you've ever seen?
The biggest one I've seen really is the one that's just done for Craig Dyson in Australia, which was a Turbonetics Thumper, and that was about a 13-inch diameter compressor cover, which I could actually get my arm right up to my elbow.
Bloody hell.
And this bit here, yeah.
What's the difference between the ball bearing turbos and all that sort of stuff?
For example, this one's what we call a floating metal bearing. It just floats on the oil, and same as on the housing. There'll be a film of oil around here, which that floats inside the bearing housing. Ball bearing, of course, is like a ball bearing, like you get in your skateboard wheel. Anything that's got to do with friction is going to slow it down, of course. So
Right.
with ball bearings, they've got less friction, so they're going to spool up quicker. Alright, what we're going to do now is balance it.
I can do that.
Okay. Oh, very good. Alright, now we've done that. That was time consuming. So now we're going to put the new compressor wheel on. Now, hence the difference between the factory compressor wheel and the new upgrade.
That's a heap bigger, eh?
It's a lot bigger, yeah. But like I said, once again, all we're doing is, this is the side that produces all the airflow, so we get this bigger, we need more airflow.
Okay, so what's a standard turbo like this one put out?
About 280 horsepower max airflow. This is upgrading the back cut. This turbo should be allowed to flow 350. Alright, now we're going to balance it. Lube. Let's put a big lump of weight on there so it'll fall off balance. Now I'll just try and find the most sensitive speed. 1600 RPM. We're measuring the compressor weight, so you can see we're on 1 gram. We're going to get that right down.
You put blue tack in the turbocharger.
It's silly putty.
Okay.
We're going to go to the grinding beam. I'm going to take the weight off. As you see, we've put the weight here. We're going to take it off on the opposite side.
How much weight do you know how to take off? The same weight of the silly.
Same weight as the silly putty, yep.
That doesn't look like a lot.
It doesn't, it's not a lot.
Now we checked it again,
Checked it again,
and it's all in.
we cooked it up, and then we're going to pull it apart.
We just put it together.
Yeah, we can put it together like this.
I knew that.
Once again, we'll put some more lube in here. Bearing spacer. Bit more lube. This is the thrust bearing that stops the turbo. Although the turbo wheel going up and down. You will blow a seal. This is what you blow. Everyone thinks it's like a rubber seal, but it's actually just a piston ring. Alright, turn upside down. Put bearing number 2 in.
Lots of lube.
Lots of lube. And when that pops in there, that's your uncle. I've got to keep it, like I said, it's still all in line. Put the high flow compressor wheel on. Bit of Loctite. The rubber grease. Just gives the rubber nice and lubed. This is factory, we haven't done anything to this for sandblasted. This is just an anti-seize compound. Yeah, but just in case we ever need to take the separator again. Alright, on goes the turbo and bearing housing clamp, and there you go.
Voila, one stage one.
Stage 1, fully reconditioned turbo.
So that's how it came in, right? And now this whole piece pretty much fits in there. That's pretty insane. Talk to me about ceramic turbos.
The main advantage is the weight difference.
Right.
If you want to feel for yourself. It's a bigger turbo, but yet it weighs a quarter of the weight. The only problem with ceramic, it shatters once you start running a higher boost. The fusion from the ceramic to the shaft will fall off and your turbo will end up going out your exhaust pipe, and then you've got no turbo. I would like to recommend most of our customers change it all every 5,000 Ks rather than 10,000 Ks. Do splash out, buy synthetic oil. The main reason for the turbo timer or to let your car oil before shutdown is we've got your oil going into the bearing housing here, and of course it circulates the bearing housing and circulates all the bearings. What you got to keep in mind, this thing's hot. Alright, so as soon as the car's shut off, the engine shut off, there's no more oil flow going to it, so the oil that's inside the turbo will just sit there and it will end up baking, which turns into carbon. And then carbon does the opposite of oil. Instead of lubricating, it starts to grind away.
Thank you again so much for letting us in today.
No problem.
And that's it. That's our turbo thing today from Turbo-777. Very cool.